Welcome back to WePlay Season 3, live from the Kiev Exhibition Center. And we're back with Ryu on the panel as well as PyCat, and we have 2 more games to go tonight. Stick with us here. We're going to get through at Finem versus MVP.Phoenix first. Lower bracket match, meaning if they lose, the team that loses goes to the lower bracket of the playoff bracket as well. So this is an important match. And I want to hear from you guys. Before we go any further, we've seen both of the teams perform before. How are they going to do?
I think on paper the Greeks might be a little bit weaker, but because I keep seeing MVP kind of on the decline here, and they get very, very aggressive. Like, it's kind of where Navi used to be like a month ago.
Yeah.
I want to reference them, where they would get way too aggressive, dive tier 2s, dive tier 3s when they have tier 1 still up, and they would get punished heavily for that. And that seems like where MVP are back to. And they're kind of like, I feel like they're taking a step back, especially on this new patch, and they're playing way too aggressive instead of being calculated. Calculated aggression is probably the key word there. And I would just like them to just, maybe put on the brakes just a little bit more and just, and then whereas Team AF, they had a decent game against EG, but they just didn't, have that extra, thing to take them to the next, level.
When that game was going on, Pyka, you actually mentioned that at Finem might be slightly, you didn't call it starstruck, but I mean, that's a bit of a too big a word, I think, to use here. But let's just, people know what I mean because you have explained it before. Do you feel like they're going to be having a lesser performance because they're facing MVP.Phoenix as well, or is it going to be a new team altogether that we see here?
Well, I think that I don't think that they're going to be as bothered by playing MVP as they would be playing against EG.
Okay.
But yeah, I just want to see what will they take from the game they just played.
Yeah.
If they will think that, okay, was it a drafting mistake? If they think so, I mean, we didn't think so that much. We thought it was quite fine. Potentially, we don't really know how strong Bottom is yet. We also don't know, like, how relevant is that bounty hunter for them? How good is it for EG?
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see what they take from the series and then see how they approach MVP.
Do you think either of the teams is going to pick up the Marana? Like, thinking about learning through a meta in an event like this, is it something that, like, hey, that worked for EG, we can try it out, we have a Marana player? I believe they do have a Marana player.
I think that if any team does it, it will be MVP. I think potentially Q or MP could pick up something like that. I don't really see anyone on AF picking up. Maybe Thug, I guess, potentially.
I think Thug would be the one. And otherwise, it would be a support, a roaming one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe we might see, roaming support Maranas more than we saw the Smale Potom. I think I saw him practicing earlier, the Potom in the game. He was going the same build. He was going like Midas into Ags, and I was like, is he going to actually do this in a real thing? And he actually did.
And it worked.
And it worked very well. And somebody like tweeted or something saying like he broke the highest GPM or something about with the Marana by like 73 gold or something. It's pretty absurd, but it was very nice to see that he was just able to get so much out of the map. Just as I said it, you beat Sven farming with the Marana. That's not possible unless you have Ags, apparently.
Yeah, no. It was, I mean, and also this, like, you could see how the stats, they give you the tools. Yeah, they give you basically survivability, some more mana, so you can actually keep farming jungle camps. And I mean, with that Midas together as well, he just has, you can just go through the jungle and through lanes so fast that you kind of just keep up the pressure. It's kind of similar to how we saw the Tinker. Obviously, Potom is not a Tinker, but it's the same way. You kind of just clear the waves really fast. So it applies pressure to the enemies to always be pushing back the lanes. And yeah, it's a very interesting way to play that hero for sure.
I think it'll be totally different now though, because EG, they picked like 3 greedy cores that game, and then AF weren't able to punish it. But I think maybe this time when they're looking back, they're like, okay, maybe we made this one mistake, maybe we made this mistake, not getting too aggressive here. And I don't think MVP are going to be the team to actually, necessarily pick up that many cores themselves either. So I think we're going to see kind of the similar play styles kind of clash here. And like Mike talked about, MVP, are they going to play too aggressive? Are they not? What's going to happen for that? So I don't even know what my odds would be right now, because I do think MVP might be a little bit more individually skilled right now. But because I kind of believe in the Greeks, although this is their first LAN, you have to, this is their first time. They need to,
international LAN.
They need to definitely step it up here.
Is that true?
I don't think so, right? They've played a couple LANs before.
Under the name of London Conspiracy.
Yeah, different
London
names.
Conspiracy, but
But the players have played some lands before, and they played the GSC and a couple of other ones as well. I mean, so they're not fresh, but yeah, I still would favor MVP slightly as well.
You mentioned that it was Bounty Hunter that you looked forward to seeing for at Finem, see if they can use it the same way they did in the previous patch.
Yeah, and MVP also liked that hero, I think.
Yeah.
And they both teams kind of like early aggression, but I think that the bounty pick is going to be very highly contested in the probably first two, or might even be banned straight from the get-go.
Is there any of that hero like that you feel is gonna be having such a big impact for MVP.Phoenix, or would you say Bounty Hunter has the same type of impact for MVP.Phoenix?
Enchantress for MVP, and maybe the Bounty Hunter, as Pycat's saying. Obviously, we see Beastmaster and Lich being banned. Well, we see why Lich is banned, guys, now, right? So you just see what happens. You just shut down one of the enemy carries, and then you're just like, well, how do I get back into this game?
Yeah.
That's what happened to AUI during that game. But yeah, Lich, Beastmaster are both good. What would maybe Enchantress ban? I think Enchantress will be another top contention for MVP.
Would you target some, like if you are at Finem, would you target some of the bans towards QO specifically to target some of his cores, or is he too versatile for that?
I think we haven't seen an Invoker this tournament. We haven't even seen it banned, really. So it's
just been gone.
Where does Invoker stand right now? And we're just going to have to find out eventually if it gets picked up. Like, maybe it will, maybe it won't.
I think that the Bounty Hunter is more important for AF than it is for MVP. I think the Bounty Hunter is like the key pick at Finem. I think that they can't really do the same thing that they do with that hero, with any other hero. I think they can do something with the Earth Spirit, but they did get a bit. I feel like they can't play as fast of a game. They don't get as much gold. They utilize the track move speed a lot, and I know that maybe next time he likes to scout a lot with that Bounty Hunter. So that hero really does play a crucial part for them, I feel like, whereas MVP, they have a lot of different strategies. While their playstyle remains the same, they can kind of work around it in a different way. But I'm interested to see what Finem will do if they actually don't get the Bounty Hunter, to see if they actually have some sort of response.
I wanted to touch a little bit on the Bounty Hunter too, guys, because maybe next time playing that, and then we have Spartan playing the Earth Spirit. So they have the two roamers, they take different roles. Obviously, the heroes are kind of different in themselves, whereas the Bounty Hunter is trying to go around the map. It's kind of the same thing, but I think Bounty Hunter still needs to get a lot more done map-wise while you're trying to scout out. But I think Spartan's Earth Spirit is very potent, and it has a lot of potential. We saw him get very aggressive, feed first blood in the mid lane, so that hurt him a little bit. And then it's against a Potom, right? So if he's against like an Invoker, MP Invoker, or maybe they can punish him by killing him. So we'll have to see. Like you said, I think the roaming supports will be contested this game for both teams.
Spartan also plays a very mean IO, and we haven't seen a lot of IO this tournament. We've seen him banned in second phase a few times.
With Tiny, I could see it.
They don't even need to pick Tiny with it. They have, like, Spartan's IO is just pick it up with whatever. It can save whoever, whenever they want to.
Sometimes that combo is like a safety net for some teams on land. That's why I was just bringing it up. Yeah, like you said.
They do like Sven with that, actually, Sven, talking about safety nets. Yeah.
Sven, with.
As we are in the draft.
Enchantress has to be top ban.
Yeah.
Lich and Beastmaster to follow, and then maybe Doom. I think my top four maybe right now.
No, there's the Lich. It's a shame because I mean I know Lich was strong in the previous game. It's just
the Wisp.
The IO ban as well because they know Spartan's IO is.
It's interesting to see if they ban the Bounty Hunter right now or not, and if Finem actually pick it up or not.
Actually.
Yeah, AF banned the Wisp themselves.
Why would they do that? What's the reasoning behind that?
Maybe it's just scared of the aggression coming from MVP. Maybe they saw some scrims or just saw them practicing.
MVP are known for playing. They play their Wisp Bristleback and.
Yeah, but they don't pick it first.
Wisp Necro, let's go. It's not gonna happen now, but
maybe they don't. I don't know. They play some Wisp strategies, and so they're just gonna remove that hero. Maybe they have a plan. Maybe it's just they just want to ban some hero. They don't care so much about what they ban, so they just ban a
And I
hero.
guess IO is one of those heroes that if MVP.Phoenix do pick it up, it is just very annoying to deal with. As Andy talked about earlier, you just ban out annoying heroes like the Lich that you just don't want to deal with.
Show me Bounty Hunter.
It's either Doom or Beastmaster. Yeah, I was going to say Beast. I was going to ask you the question is like, would you rather have Beastmaster or Doom right now? And
I would rather have Beastmaster. I would rather have Bounty Hunter rather than.
I would rather have Bounty Hunter 4 at Finem, but I think Beastmaster is okay for them.
I don't think you necessarily need to pick up the supports, but yeah, I think Bounty Hunter, we saw what Ricky does in this tournament, it's very annoying. We saw Bounty Hunter, what it can do is very annoying, but I think Beastmaster is just a better hero than Bounty Hunter in general, just during this patch. It just gives you so much vision. The Necro 3s can solo kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
Pushing out lanes, it's always nice.
Oh, hello. Welcome to 6.87.
No, welcome to
explain
MVP,
it to
I
me.
think.
Welcome to MVP, yeah?
Yeah, more. I mean, we've
MVP.
seen them do similar things in the past. They like picking up these lineups that seem kind of random to most people, but they like running these heroes. They're very aggressive. Tusk, Juggernaut.
Why pick them up first too, though?
It's because they kind of just, it doesn't show too much what they're going to do, and people also know that MVP run these type of strategies, and it also is kind of, it's like a statement. MVP, they do this a lot. They don't care about what you're supposed to pick. They don't care, okay, this patch, this is the meta. They just do their own thing, you know, and that's kind of why I like to see the bounty from Finem, because I know that is
they
their
do their own
style,
thing
more
as
so
well.
than picking, okay,
Yeah.
these heroes are good in the meta. They kind of just go with their guns, you know, this is what we're good at. It's just, okay, we're good at this, now beat us, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what MVP are doing.
I think Juggernaut does tell a little bit about what they want to do. Normally you pick that with push lineups. With the buff maybe to Diffusal Blade, he can be a decent, you know, semi-carry. Nowadays, we'll have to see how that works. Another, you know, note to the new patch, Healing Ward now follows you all the time for Juggernaut, so you can't really play around with that when you're like kind of pushing as much. So it's
Well, you
it
can.
Be, I mean,
It
no,
doesn't
I mean,
follow you all the time. You can command it still.
Isn't it just that it follows you right away when
Yeah,
it's
like
dropped?
the
exactly.
Tusk thing. You can still move it about if you want, but you don't have to deal with the micro anymore,
Yeah.
which, you know, I would
The
assume.
initial.
Yeah.
So it's the initial.
Yeah, it's like
It's
sigil.
like the sigil.
Oh yes, okay.
When you
well,
pop
then
the
it's same,
sigil,
yeah.
it just follows you
It
right
just
away.
follows you
I was
unless you
glad.
tell it otherwise.
Okay, good. Well, thanks, guys. I haven't seen it in play yet, but I'm glad that does it, because if you're not in control of the ward, it's going to be absolutely useless.
that would be
That would
useless.
be a huge nerf to Juggernaut, and I don't understand why
Okay,
they would do that.
So maybe next time has as signature hero Bounty Hunter, sure. But another signature hero is the Queen of Pain for Thug. And he plays that one really well. So far also, even there's no Bounty Hunter ban. They can still go for that if they want.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually. There's no bounty hunter ban so far.
But actually, MVP can pick it up themselves, right? Yes? Or would that be too greedy because they're going to use Tusk as a roaming hero already?
Yeah, I don't think you can run Tusk
Yeah.
off lane, and support Tusk in safe lane is not going to zone out properly against the Beast, so I think they might even go Magnus or something crazy from MVP. I'm very curious to see what they do with the Juggernaut. I think either you go Magnus or you go DK. Like, just either you need to have extra push, so either I would like to have, you know, the Magnus for the disable, obviously the cleave coming in, or you get the DK with the push strat, maybe a Chin too to cover.
I mean, what MVP usually do with Juggernaut is just that they fight though, most of the time. They actually don't pick, I mean, they ran strats with Juggernaut, Doom, PA, and they just fight. They send Juggernaut like with either some off lane, dual lane or tri lane, and then they just spin on people. They even ran Juggernaut as support.
So far the lineup of Finem can fight as well, though.
Yeah, they can fight, but it's just they like fighting really early on. Like as soon as you get, I don't know, say level 5, 7, whatever. Like at Finem, they kind of want to fight with the Beast, with the Book.
Yeah.
Short Queen of Pain is pretty strong, but you kind of want to get those heroes some items, whereas MVP, they kind of just want to run at your face.
Yep.
Oh, and to do that as well, they have some extra team fight to back that up.
Show me Rubik.
Mr. Melon.
Show me Rubik for $100. What
Rubik
other things
before,
could you get?
yeah, I guess.
I think this is a dream Rubik
Okay,
game
so
so
I'm
far
gonna
for
assume
Juggernaut.
that they might still
and
go for
Tide.
the Bounty Hunter for maybe next time, right? So we're looking for a hero for, as I say, Spartan in that
I don't think you
case.
necessarily need to pick it
Yeah.
up right now because
No, you don't. But,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think, as I say, Spartan is the Rubik player of their team, is he?
No,
it would
maybe
be,
next time it's the
it would be maybe
the bounty
yeah
hunter.
maybe next time it's the for sure Rubik player. Because I think they're going to pick up Wind Ranger potentially for MVP, and if you picked up the Bounty Hunter now, that means that you pick up Wind Ranger and then you potentially can't get those kills in the mid lane or something. And so then you're going to have the Bounty Hunter, might not be able to get as much done on the map.
He can always get something done on the map. I have no
He's
problem
fear.
believing. He's
Ooh, Bane.
Yeah, so
Well,
that's gonna be Spartan's hero.
the Spartan's hero.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm not entirely sure that they're gonna pick up the money. They might still.
Yeah,
What's
he's
going
our
on?
hero.
This is just push team fight very early on, I think.
I want to see that Ags.
They're
Jakiro.
like, we want to go to bed. Let's
Pretty
end this
much.
right as fast as we can.
They're
Does-
making a statement. They're sleepy.
That's their statement. I mean, it's a pretty big win if you win this. I mean, to go to bed early.
This is
not a game where people are going to sandbag, guys. This is a game.
No, you lose, so you go to bed early. What are you talking about? Because if you win this, you still have to play another one. So, let's see who wants to lose more. Who wants to lose more? But yeah, Winter Wyvern, really good hero for disengaging. I think it's a really good counter to Tide Ravage. Like, he ravages, you come in over the top, Winter Wyvern Curse. I want to go a little bit back and talk about Jakiro Macro Pyre. Is it the Macro Pyre gets increased to 14 seconds now without the Ags?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, and then with the Ags, I think it goes something like ridiculous.
It's
like
also longer.
20 something, 30 seconds or something.
It's also longer.
Yeah, it's longer.
Yeah.
It's very long.
And this is what I was talking about. I wanted to see a hero
that
pushes. I'm trying to just
disregard needs some
disregard this
I already had
conversation,
some.
guys.
I already had some. It's okay.
But Jakiro adds that push potential that I really wanted to see coming in from MVP.
We have an Ursa ban.
Just in general, a hero that's pretty good against the Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, yeah.
And I mean, he's also decent against Tide. Even though you use the Anchor Smash, you can still chase down the Tide Hunter.
This would be like the perfect Ags game too for Ursa. There's no silences to really stop him. You can Ags off the Tide Ravage, and then you're just gonna do everything. So
Madara plays a lot of
Lycan?
He plays a lot of Sven and Gyro.
Sven's decent versus Jug. It's not bad. And then there's Slark is decent here. So I think the best heroes here are, depending on how they want to play, is Slark.
Slark could be good, yeah. I feel like Sven is a bit one-dimensional.
Sven might have problems with kiting with Tusk and Jakiro. That's why I don't like that hero. Ember Spirits could be a decent hero for kiting around. It's very hard for him to get caught right now.
But it takes too long for him to get real good to be able to fight against the obvious fighting lineup that MVP.Phoenix have. It is a Gyrocopter, and there you go. We're gonna see an Invoker. See how that works out.
He's back.
So which lineups do we favor?
I'll let PyCat talk first so I can counter his.
Okay, PyCat. You got first pick.
Oh, that's BM.
It's actually very polite. Ladies first.
Pretty women first.
Did you just call me a lady?
Pretty women first.
It's really late, sorry.
Thank you.
I like your sexy blonde hair.
I think that...
Getting distracted enough, he can't think anymore, guys.
At Finem with the Queen of Pain, Dog, Comfort Hero is not going to be enough against MVP.Phoenix, who have Juggernaut and Invoker and Tusk and the new THD.
You're saying MVP.Phoenix, go.
Yeah, they have even more Comfort Heroes.
I'm going to say go Greeks. They're going to win this off the back of Thug's Queen of Pain.
Okay, we're going to find out which one is actually going to win. It is time for our first lower bracket match of Group B with ODPixel and Draskyl.
I didn't quite hear what they said.
Oh, hello! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to some absolutely top-tier casting. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Draskyl, my top-tier co-caster. How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to go. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually had the opportunity for a power nap, so I'm a little bit better off than most people.
I had the opportunity for a different kind of power thing. But on that note, let's get ourselves in. We've got Finem versus MVP. The game's begun. Let's not waste any more time on our beautiful mugs and get into the action, ladies and gentlemen. Finem versus MVP. The Greeks versus the Koreans. That's going to be exciting.
It's an age-old matchup.
It absolutely is.
Actually,
I think this happened in World War I.
At all. But I'm sure that it will be after this game.
It will be.
All right. It's
World War III.
It's an instant classic, as we refer to in the States. So I really think the drafts are quite even. MVP have a very clear game plan. They want to push. They want to fight. They have Tide Hunter. They have the Jakiro for the added liquid fire, being able to just mow down towers and whatnot. And it should be a really good match either way. But I think Finem, moving more towards the late game, they have the Gyro carry. Queen of Pain can transition fairly well, and it's Thug's comfort zone hero.
I was going to say, I mean, so would you favor Finem's lineup here? Do you think it's the kind of this more fail-safe one? MVP
they have the potential for sure. I think they have the potential. And the other thing too is going high ground against them is going to be really tough. They have a good amount of wave clear. Winter Wyvern is one of the best high ground defense heroes you can get, and you also have.
I mean, look at this. It's all kicking off at the rune spot. I mean, it's all kind of wishy-washy damage at the moment. No real kind of big wham bams. It's more kind of I'm slowly dying. So
I'm very slowly dying.
Yeah, it's nothing really very hard hitting there. Really, it's like you take a bit of damage over time. I'll give you some damage over time in exchange for your damage over time, and everyone just doesn't take enough damage over time.
Yeah, there was even some dragon on dragon crime there. And no one really died either
Oh,
way.
we're going to see some Dragon on Dragons. We are, aren't we? Yeah.
Well, it's a Wyvern and a Dragon, I guess.
I mean, Jakiro's fire and ice. Wyvern's just ice. I mean, he's going in with
but
the
doesn't
kind
that
of
mean
low
that
end.
Wyvern's ice should be stronger? Because it's only one element, which means you should be better at it, right?
Yeah, and I think he's a better looking dragon than Jakiro as well. Madara, he's been nightmared up. They're trying to save him from some of the damage here, but Madara, he's Madara dead.
So this is one of the first times we've actually seen a tri-lane. Is this actually the first?
I think this is one of the first times I've seen a Tusk as well in this. I mean, Tusk, he's not a popular man.
No, he was played earlier, wasn't he?
Was he played today? We did not have a
It's
Tusk
been a
game
long
today.
day.
It has been a long day.
I
In
want to
fact,
say
I think we're in a different day now.
I believe that I have like a selective memory today because I just like been drifting in and out because I'm like, you know, it's been long.
It's been long.
But enough
And the
about
day's
that.
been quite long as well.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying. Just in case people didn't know what I was talking about. Now everything is made clear. But it's interesting because this kind of tri-lane from MVP, because you have the snowball initiation with the spin, it's very hard for them to counter it with Mad Venom's heroes.
Look at this, man. This is a bit of a 1v1. Bane versus Tusk here. Madara's going to come in to back him up with a Nightmare into the chase down. QO with the Blade Fury turning around, looking for the Nightmare on the Bane, and the Bane's gone. The Bane living his own Nightmare for 6 seconds. He's dead. Tusk will lose his life in return. They're still continuing. Can QO finish up MT? Can. It's going to be a double kill for the Juggernaut. Now, can they kill Madara? He's still got one rocket barrage left, but QO, he does not give a damn. Chases him down. Could this be a triple kill? 2 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. He needs one more touch on the man. He's not going to get it, though. The Jakiro will take it. They get the kill nonetheless. It's 4 for 1. And now Febby, the dragon, is on a run. Oh, that ice shot was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. Mr. Dubu there on the Tusk.
Lord Dubu.
He's Dubu done it.
Yeah, that was
What a
sick,
play.
actually.
What a play.
But it just goes to show that MVP's tri-lane's just a little bit stronger. You know,
It is.
You
It's
have
doing well.
You have Bane and Wyvern, who are two supports, basically only really deal magic damage during the early stages of the game, and Juggernaut doesn't really care that much about magical damage. He just jumps on you with spin, and you kind of slowly die. And Jakiro, even though the Dual Breath has a pretty abysmal animation and cast time, you still get it on somebody, and that's enough to keep QO in range for the spin of the entirety of the slow.
I mean, they're ready to go again. Here come the big bulls straight in onto Spartan. He's been put in Igloo. Oh, he's been iglooed here now with the chase down with the Blade Fury. QO, he's going to get himself another one, the man. There'll be a Nightmare deny. He can't quite get it off it. It's going to be another kill for QO, dominating now in the Juggernaut. 5 for 1. The Koreans coming in hard down the bottom lane.
Yeah, this is not... They can't adjust. That's the other problem. Like, they can't send anyone else down here who's going to be able to help. So I guess they have to wait for the Queen of Pain to hit 6 before they're really able to do anything about
How's
it.
Quap doing in terms of it?
Against the Invoker, she's actually winning a little bit.
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty good.
Yeah, but it's Quasflex Invoker, so I guess it's a little bit expected. You know, MP, you're not really going to get the kind of lane farm you want as Quasflex until a bit later, because you still have high int gain, but you're not getting the bonus damage out of X-Sword. So Thug, obviously, once again, flexing his Queen of Pain muscles, because he's very, very talented on that.
He is. I was going to say, we saw some great stuff from Thug in Dream League on the Quap, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys, yeah, you said keep your eyes on the Quap.
But the solo matchups for Ad Finem are both winning, so I guess it's not okay, but it makes it a little bit better, the fact that the tri-lane's going so poorly. Like, the Juggernaut doesn't necessarily have a huge amount of farm, but the fact that they can actually go for kills. Jug's got 4 kills.
And the fact that he's got more farm, well, slightly more CS than the Jar. You know, he's keeping himself ahead. It's close, but he's finding stuff.
Actually, 4 is pulling ahead in CS, so maybe it's like even for one matchup in one lane, and then the Queen is beating out on the Invoker.
I mean, look, MVP, they want to fight. They want to
of course they do. Look at their
They're ready to go. If they can get the lead in, and then the Jar, look, here comes the long-range snowball. Madara, he's been trapped up for the time being, moving forward with the Blade Fury. Is QO going to be able to do it? He's ready to go deep. He is going incredibly deep. Oh, Cold Embrace and Nightmare. Okay, here's the turnaround from the side of Ad Finem. We'll see if they can punish this. QO still trying to chase down the Gyrocopter now, but he's got to be the one that's going to run. They're actually not going to chase it there. They do have 2 points to the Rocket Barrage, but Madara not feeling confident to chase down the Jug. The Igloo coming out, blocking Spartan off from being able to finish off Febby, and Febby will be able to get himself around this juke spot unless Madara comes in. They want to try and trap him up, but Febby, he TP's home. QO says, get the hell out of this bit of the
He's going to kill Spartan.
Yeah. He's going to go back in. Blade Fury, and this man... QO! Oh, he's been baited. Been done. Juggernaut has been outplayed here by... No, he hasn't. Oh, my God.
Oh, man, that was close.
Okay.
That was a nice heads-up play from Madara. He realized he wasn't going to get another hit off because he doesn't have phase. and Kyo was phasing away, so
This
very,
man.
very close call.
Absolutely calculated there by the Korean. Beautiful.
Matt, you could tell how indecisive he was when that cold embrace came out. He like kept running back and forth. It's like, oh, do I want to kill him? Do I not want to kill him?
He was doing the match. He was like, well, if my damage does this amount of damage in the magic resistance,
I'm pretty sure
I
he
got
was
it.
just like, I really want to kill him, and then he realized that he couldn't, and then he ran away.
Great play there.
Yeah.
Smart stuff there from the man. And 5 for 1 still.
Smart.
MVP maintaining their lead, and now they're ready to kill. They've seen a gyrocopter, and they're going to get the lead in slow. Tusk is there as well with the 1-2 combo if they want to jump. Are they going to want to dive? Oh, Spartan, what you doing, son? You're walking around with 10 HP. Cold Embrace is going to save your ass, and he's dead.
That is a very dead Bane.
And this is a Juggernaut now in a mega kill streak where before 6 minutes in, he's 5-0-1. That's incredible.
Well, I think it's going to be a rough road for the gyrocopter this game if it keeps going down like this. They don't have anything really that's particularly good against Juggernaut, except for maybe like...
Oh, Thug. We were talking up his performance on the quad,
He might be dead.
and I don't know why we were. That was not the play.
He must have blinked for the rune, right? Because his blink was on cooldown.
I think he got time dilated.
That hero's literally not in the game on.
I was going to say, it really isn't after the last match.
Not in the game. But, yeah, he had to have used blink for the rune. That's the only way you can die in that situation, because neither of those heroes can hold you in place long enough to reliably get a kill. So, a little bit of a miscalculation, not seeing the supports both missing from the bottom lane.
I'd like to note that Roshan actually has a double kill as well.
Both on Dubu.
Yeah, killed Dubu twice. He's got a little bit of a thing for that.
Thought they,
He's into that.
well, they buffed Roshan, so obviously he's going to get more kills.
Absolutely. 2 kills so far, 6-7 minutes in. That's a new record for Roshan.
He should get, like, experience from killing heroes. You know, like how in Warcraft 3, like, creeps got experience for killing things?
They should, yes. So you can feed the Roshan.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
just,
you
like,
kill him.
Super OP. Or you just make it so the enemy team can never kill him, because one person just stays level 1 and dies to Roche infinitely until no one can kill him. And then you lose because you have a level 1 hero.
What's going on in the top lane? I haven't really looked up here, but the rotation from Mr. MP on the Evoker, they're going to pop the Ravage as well. They want to kill this Beastmaster. He's going to be Cold Embrace, though. So this is Ravage used. And suddenly MVP are like, oh, screw it, boys. We're not actually going to kill this, man. We've got to be careful, because Bane's here. The Splinter Blast comes through. Farev's still hanging about. He might get the Bane kill. Nightmare, he's going to do it. Is he going to be able to deny himself? He does. Spartan there with the deny. M&T trying to get himself behind the tower, but he is going to go down. And suddenly, MP's tanked a few too many tower shots. Skylark chops down the axes and said, I'll take one. He's got to be careful, though, because Farev, he's not got the mana. But nonetheless, bit of a kerfuffle there up in the top lane. Invoker ending up going down. Not quite what MVP were looking for, but at least they were able to find some kills in return. Bane did deny himself.
Yeah, it was a misplay. It was 2 misplays, actually. Not auto-attacking for the Nightmare immediately was a misplay, and then also not using Fairy Fire on the Invoker. I think he would have lived, because I'm pretty sure those axes, yeah, they're only level 1. So if Fairy Fire is popped, he walks away. Most likely doesn't give away that kill in that scenario, so...
Come on, MP. You've had 2 patches to work with that item.
Dubu's, oh, he's just warding. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, he's not rotating with that low of HP. Would have been very risky. But Jug's 6, so Kyo now has ulti. And they did expend Roar for no real gain. So that pretty much means that Kyo can continue to play as aggressive as he has been. There's not really anything that Finem can do about the Juggernaut just yet.
Yeah, this Jar really is suffering. He's 0-3-1 at the moment. They've got to try and find some positive action with Matter, and they are going to send Scarlet down. Roar is available. If they can get Roar into the lead-in, he's still not got cooldown, this Jar, but 1 kill should put him close to the XP to do so. MP's there on the Invoker on the bottom lane as well to put the pressure on. We'll see who's going to make the first move. Finem, 4 heroes down here. Let's see who can close him around the sidelines. It's going to be the Beastmaster moving in. Raw, straight onto MP, looking for the lead, and they're going to send in a 5th member as well. The side of Finem wanting to fully commit. They'll take down 1 Kyo, Blade Fury. He's still got the mana for the Omni Slash, but now, there we go. He hits 6. As I said, perfect timing for the Gyro. Gets off the cooldown. Omni Slash comes through from Kyo, but it's not going to do anything. He's going to lose his life as well. Double kill for Matter, and this is exactly what Finem need. Now they turn their attention towards Dubu as well, and they're going to do it. It's a triple kill for the man in his helicopter. Great stuff there from the side of Finem. Really nice play. And that certainly has brought this Gyro right back into this game.
He desperately needed that engagement.
He really did.
The timing was impeccable, as you mentioned, hitting the level 6 for the call down just as they started going in on that. And getting the perfect target as well. If they initiate on anyone but the Invoker, there's a really good chance they just get Tornado EMP'd and then are completely out of mana and unable to follow that up. But just because of the positioning right there of MP, I guess you could say that's also a bit of a misplay, like standing in that particular spot, because you are quite isolated. As soon as the Roar came out, the rest of MVP are like, oh, we actually can't really do anything for you, because the Tusk wasn't close to Snowball, and then after that, Invoker's dead, can't really deal with it. And Forev, he could have TP'd, but unfortunately his Ravage wasn't up for that, so instead they end up getting a tier 1 in the offlane. Not a super valuable tower, but it is a trade nonetheless. So MVP weren't just taking that one fight and just straight up losing, but add Finem now showing that they have a little bit of fight in him.
I mean, looking at Forever as well, he has got 2K saved up. I'm guessing he is going to look for the blink. We obviously normally see the mech come out on kind of Tidehunters first. More recently, it seems to be the more kind of fail-safe build, but I guess saving up for the Blink Dagger first time here, and indeed, there we go. Forever now with a Blink, 10.5 minutes in.
A lot of games I would say that Blink is good, but I think for this type of strategy, where you have like Febby playing the Jakiro with Max Liquid Fire, you have Healing Ward, you have this lineup that is very capable of pushing, that I would really like to have seen Mech instead, because the other part is the only other hero who can buy it is Dubu, and he's level 4 with no money. So the mech timing is going to be super delayed if he wants to go for it. And I think up against Gyrocopter and Queen, like not having a mech is really a problem when you want to try to 5-man, because those 2 big AoE ultimates are going to be an issue. Okay, they're going to ping out. They scan.
Oh, they scanned Dubu, didn't they?
Yeah, they have to know he's coming. They might not know he's smoked, because I don't think they actually had vision.
Well, they just saw him went in it and then went back out.
Yeah, they just scan flash red, so they know heroes there.
Yeah, and we can see, straight away Thug just gets himself away from that tower. He's not risking this one. They're actually going to send Spartan in. They say, right, mate, there's someone there. You go check it out. You just give your life for the cause. And Spartan's like, yes, guys, there is someone here. They are killing me. I am dead.
I mean, that's not even worth it, though, because if you already know the hero's there, the only reason you want to bait that is to try to start a fight, because the rest of your team was already gone. So I don't think that going to break that smoke really gives him anything, and plus because of the Jakiro, you can just get the tower for free now. Like, Debbie's going to throw out 1 or 2 liquid fires, and that tower is just going to be gone. I don't think that is really worth a commitment. Like, you already knew that they were there.
Well, Spartan, he was just experimenting.
He was. He didn't buy Armlet and Wind Ranger, but he was experimenting.
My goodness. Well, Invisner now picked up on your boy Quap, and well, cool down, and suddenly he's now dominating. Picks up another kill. This man really turning around his game from a situation where he was 0-3-0 now to 4-3-1. Exactly what the Jara needs, and having a look at the net worth, we can see he's starting to catch up. The Jug is still about 500 ahead.
The Jug is like dying to Necrobook.
He's doing something. He's working on his Battle Fury as well off the phase, but in fact, Thug, oh, here we go, boys. Top lane, look at this. Top lane. Oh, he's got him. Sneaked on in there with the Invis rune. Scream to the backside, and they've done it. At the same time, mid lane, it's all kicking off. Cold Embrace onto Madara. Is going to take an EMP to the face there, so mana is something that this Gyro does not have. There's your mana boost, buys him some. Oh, the Nightmare. No, he's gone. They'll lose his life. It is a beautiful Sonic Wave. Double kill for Thug. He gets himself out. And, I mean, so that is a man who's managed to find a lot of bit of positive action for the team. Spartan's going to take incredibly low to this. In fact, turning around, Splinter Blast isn't going to bounce over to Febby. Febby drops the Ice Path, trying to block the rest of the team, and it will hold them back. They lose the Wyvern, though. It ends 12 for 9, so they lose Gyro at Finem, but again, Thug finding himself a couple of big kills.
Yeah, the Queen rotations have been really key. And we talked about it earlier, too, just because of the laning phase and how rough the safe lane was for Ad Finem. That Thug really needs to kind of pick up the slack.
He does.
Buy some space, and he's done just that, so. Gyrocopter is now fully back in the game, I think, in terms of overall farm. He's not highest, but he's up there. You know, he's in contention, which I think is all you really can ask of him at this point, considering, again, that the laning phase wasn't really favoring them.
Mid lane, we might see stuff continue. Madara's coming in. We're sending TPs through, but they're unable to really defend the tier 1. Just playing it cool for the time being. I mean, looking at Thug, obviously working towards the Orchid. I mean, is there going to be a point where we see Bloodthorn come out, or is that going to be kind of after you've finished everything else other than the Orchid? You know, you get the Orchid, you finish the rest of your build, then you go back to top it up.
Yeah, I think you go back. Because I think you actually really want BKB this game as Queen. Especially against the Invoker, who you also probably assume is going for Orchid as well, because he bought the Robe of the Magi. Like, obviously it could be a different item, but I think that Orchid is definitely the play in this game.
Oh, bottom lane, boys. Here we go with the Fiend's Grip and Madara. He's going to get the cooldown onto 3. They try to move forward with the Tusk, but he still goes down. And now Madara with the Rocket Barrage ready to chase down more. Febby dropping low, pops the stick charge. He's actually going to live. Needs to back up now, Madara, because in comes the Blade Fury, the Tornado, EMP to blow through as well, and MP finds it. And QO with a huge Omni Slash chopping down the Quap. Spartan has his butt frozen off, and now it's going to be a 4th kill by the looks of it for the side of MVP. Double kill for the fishy boy. Tidehunter there.
Ravage.
My goodness, who needs Ravage when you've got swag?
That was actually such a nice team fight for MVP. Like, getting that cold snap on the Queen, canceling his blink, knowing that he wasn't going to be able to get away from that Omni. Just really good overall awareness. They knew the creeps were dead as well, so the Omni was just going to hit him every single time. and this could potentially scare Roshan for MVP. So we talked about how they need to be the ones constantly playing the aggressors, getting tower kills, taking objectives. And they're doing a really good job of it. They're going to get the Hawk kill inside of the pit. Add Finem.
I mean, they're going to contest this. I mean,
yeah, they're going
to
try. They're not killing it very quickly. And there's a book 3 on the Beastmaster. Okay, they need to run. They actually just need to
Matter, nice Duke of the Tornado. He's not going to duke the Snowball on the EMP, though. This man, long man, he's still going to put the cooldown, trying to look for Febby, but now the Blade Fury from QO doing a lot to the boy. He's got Corner Brace to bind some time. Ravage flying through there. Huge Ravage from Forev. 2 down. It's going to be 3 as they chase down Skylark to the sidelines. 3 here for the side of MVP. And now it may not be over. Thug trying his best with the Sonic Wave, but they've lost the Wyvern. It's only the Queen, the sole survivor at the moment for the side of Finem. And Thug, cold snapped up, he's looking for Blink, but already the Snowball's on point. The Tornado not going to catch Thug. Oh, can he get out of this one? The answer is no. MP with a triple kill on his Invoker.
Oh man, the synergy from that teamfight just wasn't there. Like, they had a Beastmaster Roar go out, but Thug wasn't in position to do any damage. Like, we only saw his Sonic Wave after 2 heroes on the side of Finem were already dead. I think they should have been able to take that fight a lot better than what ended up happening, but I think they were in such a panic that Roshan was being taken that they just rushed it. Instead of waiting for everyone to be in a better position, you know, throw down a call down in the pit, throw down like a Sonic
Wave. Go back in again. They're like, right.
I mean,
let's try
sure,
again.
Ravage is down. They kill Roshan extremely slow.
Here we go. You need to hurry a little yourselves over there. Finem, you're going to get there soon. 1300 HP on Roche, 900, 800, 700, 600. It's going down, it's going low. QO, he should be able to solo this one to finish it off, and he will indeed. The Jug takes the glory, and probably will take the Aegis. He's going to give it to him. He's going to grab it himself. At the same time, they are actually getting themselves caught in a fight here. Skylark's been caught in brace. Manor coming in with a big cooldown onto 4, but the Snowball straight across onto the Bane. Bane trying to keep himself alive with the brain sap, but Valera in the ice path. Roar's been thrown out onto MP. Thug's trying to bring him down, and they will find the Invoker kill, but QO, he's the one to move forward with the Blade Fury, but he can't quite get himself out of the range of the Winter's Curse, pulling him back towards the Tidehunter. Some Winter Blast as well holding them back, so it's a 1-4 at the moment. Forev blinking forward. The Ice Shell's not going to totally block out Adamantine, and Thug's actually going to be able to find the kill onto Tusk, so turning it to a 2-for-1. So Finem actually making the best of a bad situation there. They may lose the Gyro, but they do find the Tusk and that big priority kill of MP's Invoker.
And they know that the Ravage is down. They had Book 3 available. Obviously, they don't have Sonic Wave, but they have Winter's Curse, so they had a lot of the tools that they need to teamfight available. And again, the difference is the heroes actually being in position to use spells. Like, that is such a huge thing when you have a Gyro and Queen and Beastmaster. These heroes that have really good, like, area control. Just throwing out a Roar and a Call Down and a Sonic Wave on somebody can just be a flat-out kill. And it's not like MVP have great saving mechanisms. Sure, you can potentially snowball it if Dooku's nearby, but if you just throw out your entirety of burst in one go, that hero should be dead on MVP, like 9 times out of 10. So that's just the difference. The first Roshan fight they took was very sloppy, not in the right spot, get punished.
Look at this smoke here.
Yeah, they want a game. They have the Aegis still.
They are very, very ready to try and catch out someone from the side of Finem. We'll see. They're just going to hover around the Jug at the moment, see if anyone is going to bite the bait. Spartan back and forth, but he's back on the sidelines. Wyvern caught out by the Yules. They're seeing who the superior dragon is. I mean, he has got a little bit of help from his friends, but nice setup there from Febby to allow them to take down the Wyvern. Suddenly that's a fair bit about Finem's D-push off the map, and that should be the space for the side of MVP to take a tier 2 here at least.
And this is where Jakiro shines the most. When your team is really far ahead, taking 5v5 engagements is not really a great option for the other team because you have this Aegis advantage. And it means that you can just kill the tier 3 much easier. Like, this is probably one of the best types of games to be Jakiro in. Because sometimes you have a game where, you know, you kill 1 or 2 towers and then the enemy team gets off the ground, they have other core items, and then you're not able to win fights anymore. Because Jakiro as a team fight hero is kind of lackluster unless you're getting some really baller ice paths. But when you're ahead, Jakiro is a god.
You gotta do something here, Finem. Nice silence onto QO, but push. But remember, he's still got that Aegis ready for round 2. If they can even kill him once, he's gonna pop the blade through and actually start to move in. Bugs are gonna get snowballed on. The cold embrace will buy him some time. Have they got the damage to go through with the Ravage? They do. Fantastic Ravage there from Forev, catching out 4. Ice Path now to connect onto the Wyvern, and they should be able to pick this one as well, and they do. Oh, he's taunting! Oh, Forev back swims himself there, back behind the racks, and they'll finish them off. Madara's gonna be taken down as well. well by the looks of it. He's been silenced up. The punches come through. Triple kill. Taunt again, son. Taunt again, you beautiful Tide. And he does indeed. At the same time, Skylark trying to go for a rat up top, but the rat, he's going to be killed. Dubu and MP come in. They shut him down. And MVP, they take the favorable trade in terms of kills by a country mile, and they take themselves the full set of Rex mid as well.
This game actually seemed really close, and then Roshan fights happened. And then all of a sudden, Finem were just unbelievably far behind. And that's the strength of having a Jakiro on your lineup, is when you know, it's like Lone Druid, for example. When you have a Lone Druid and he's really farmed, and you lose a fight, the enemy team just kills your buildings because Lone Druid kills the base so fast. But Jakiro's kind of the same thing.
And look at this. Tide casually buys
Many
himself
tomes.
2 tomes. No one else on the team's buying, and he's just taunting everywhere. He's just swimming around
Just
forever.
do the backstroke.
I think his key's stuck. I mean, he's backstroking everywhere. He's 20 minutes in. The Tide is 5-0-10.
Yep.
He has Greaves, Blink Dagger, and he's got the goddamn infused raindrops. I mean, that's just, you know.
He's just going with the blue item.
He's 6.87 and all over them at the moment. He's having a great game. I mean, they've just been able to do nothing about this Tide's presence, and each fight we're seeing huge ravages.
They couldn't actually focus him. You know, that's the thing, because the tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, you can't abandon the gyrocopter in that lane, I think. Maybe it would have actually been better to just do a 2-1-2.
They've just been scanned.
Yep. Scan successful.
Let's see what the side of Finem are able to do with his knowledge. There's actually going to be a smoke.
Well, I think what they're going to do is run away, because they can't fight. There's no way.
Madara's got to get himself out of it. He went very, very deep on the mid, and he played it safe. Realizes they're off the map. Very careful about this, and it looks like they're going to stick to base. Skylark, he's got to be careful about his route back in case he gets intersected by MVP, but MVP is moving up to the top. They're ready to try and push again. They've already managed a successful push mid. They're going to try and go for the one top. We've seen their power. Of course, with the hood now done on Jakiro, Febby very much on top time, and well, jumping at Spartan. He's going to nightmare himself, but he's going to wake up into another one. Second nightmare to bring down the man as the MVP side hitting hard. Now, Thug, used up. There we go. Febby with the follow through. There'll be an Omni Slash, but the corner breaks behind Thug sometime. He's still ticking down though to this fire from the Dragon, and he's going to be buying back straight away to get in the fight. Aurora onto Kyo. And they bring down this Jug, this healing ward. They're giving him plus 80 HP regeneration. He'll turn around with the right clicks. Silenced up as well. Can they actually kill Kyo? No, this healing ward is too damn strong. Earned up as well. Kyo walks it out. And it's just Febby and Forev forcing back the side of Finem, and they just can't really get themselves in for the hard hits. They do kill the Tusk, but nonetheless, it's, you know, it cost them a buyback, and MVP just bullying Finem into their base.
It's too much of an economic investment to buy back on Queen at this stage and not get anything. Like, MVP are just getting farther ahead every single engagement. Doesn't matter that, you know, even if they would have killed the Chug, I still think that Finem lose that engagement just because of the fact that, again, you're having to spend money. Economic damage is being dealt every single time MVP walk high ground.
That's a tornado damage just onto Madara to set this up. The Nightmares, again, they're just not doing anything this time. It's just delaying the inevitable. There's a Fiend Grip onto MP. We'll see if they can follow it through. Thug trying to get the burst in, but again, the Yules, MP jumps himself up, ready to get himself back down into the fight. The Ice Path onto 2. The fire's going to be a little bit off to the sidelines. Madara's actually managed to kill the Jakiro. Maybe this Jaro can look for a bit of a cleanup. Finem now forcing the side of MVP out of the base. Thug jumping forward onto MP. Should be able to bring him down. The snowball coming back in from Dubu. Oh, he beats the quad right down there with a Walrus Punch, and he's going to look to punch the hell out of Spartan. At the same time, Madara is still trying to find this kill on Forev, but this man with the grease, a little bit tanky, not quite tanky enough. They'll burst him down there. The third comes in. Dubu's still chasing people on the back lines. Gets himself a double kill after finding the Bane on top of the quad. The question is, can he get himself out of this one? Skylark's looking for the closer. There's already a homing missile inbound onto him.
Fine.
Let's see if he's got a snowball. Let's see if he's got a plays, and he has. Skylark straight into QO, MP, and Dubu. And now, only 2 left alive on Finem. It's again a little bit of a messier fight for the likings of MVP, but they're still coming out on top. You know, QO's still 10 for 2 for 14 on his Juggernaut. He's got 2.5k on top of the Yasha. Looks like he's just getting the recipe sent out so he can finish off the Manta, and they're just straight back into the base here. MVP don't care. They're ready to continue to push, and oh, Madara, all kitted up, Omni Slash down, Walrus punched into the sky. MP's been Winter's Curse, but it doesn't matter. It's only Dubu punching on him, so not enough damage to kill him. They'll move in onto the Bane. He's being caught in brace, but again, it's going to be another kill. He nearly gets Dubu, but QO swipes him down there with with a quick critter, and it's going to be the second set of racks out. Onto the top, they'll push through. There's a buyback from the Beastmaster, but there's not a lot that he can do to stop this one. Silence onto the Wyvern. MP moving in, Thug coming in to try and help out the Wyvern. Double yours, everyone jumping up into the air. The Ice Puff actually going to catch onto Thug, and out for Rev with the Ravage. Onto 2 of them, 3 of them. Skylark's down. Thug throws out a Sonic Wave, but he's got himself back to base, and GG well played is called. MVP just turning it the hell up this game, and it was much too much for the boys in Adfin.
The aggression was just constant. I think that the laning phase, it didn't necessarily cripple them entirely because they did have that one turnaround fight where we saw the potential of what Finem can do. But it requires everyone working together and being in the right position at the right time. The thing that lost them the game, in my opinion, was single-handedly the Roshan fights. Like, going in, trying to contest Roshan, getting crushed when they had the ultimate advantage. Like, I think there was one ultimate that was down for that. I can't remember whose it was. Maybe it was like Omni or something like that, because they had Ravage for sure. Because they used it, and then I was like, okay, maybe they can fight it now, but then they lose that fight. They give away Roshan to MVP anyway, and having like that healing ward, having the Jakiro, just the constant pushing pressure, they never have to go back. So like the only person who really went back to base after like the 10-minute mark was Jakiro, because he wanted to buy Pipe. And then they have Pipe at 25 minutes or less when they're pushing your high ground, and it's like, okay, well, we got a Queen and a Gyro, and we're playing up against Pipe, Jakiro, and there's Greaves and the Tide. We don't actually have enough damage to win fights anymore. And that is just like the definition of a snowball lineup. I mean, of course it has Tusk, so, you know. But it's too much. The momentum that they got from the Roshans just crushed Finem.
It really did. It really did. And MVP kind of just playing back at the level that we used to see him play.
Yeah,
you know, that was a really clean performance. The Tides, you know, he had a great game for Revs before, great timing on the blink. And, you know, it's not something that we always see. We sometimes see the Met prioritized, but he still got the Greaves with like 20 minutes in. It was really, really quick height progression from him. The aggressive tri-lane worked out, and I'm only just more excited because we're going to, of course, see MVP next go against the side of EG.
Yeah,
so
should be a great game.
Don't go I know you weren't anywhere, but please don't go anywhere. EG versus MVP, which is going to be the last best of one of the day. And what a best of one it is going to be. Myself and Andy will be right back with that. But for now, we're going to cut to a short ad break and then back to the panel. We'll see you guys very shortly for EG versus MVP.